Tinubu, potential president with baggages. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. No one can ignore rights of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, BAT for short. As a presidential candidate for the 2023 election, he towers above most, if not all, the other candidates on many indices. No one can ignore rights of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, BAT for short. As a presidential candidate for the 2023 election, he towers above most, if not all, the other candidates on many indices. As a two-term governor of Nigeria's most populous and most economically viable state, his experience in governance is indisputable. He was a key actor in the efforts of the National Democratic Coalition, NADCO, to oust prolonged military dictatorship. As a member of the opposition during the unbreaking 16-year rule of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, he was quite consistent. He waited patiently till the Alliance of the Progressives gave birth to the All Progressives Congress, APC, which brought President Muhammadu Buhari to power in 2015. His role in Buhari's emergence was so critical that a tactician and ascetic soldier-turned-politician could not ignore BAT Emiloko declaration leading up to the primaries that produced him as presidential candidate in July 2022. Ordinarily, BAT could have been the candidate to beat the presidency he's for the accent, but his baggages, some heavy, others not so heavy, have made the 2023 presidential election highly competitive and too close to call. His chances of outright win on the first ballot are significantly diminished by the huge personal and party corporate burdens associated with his candidacy. Firstly, the not-so-heavy baggages. One of the baggages that have dogged BAT's candidacy is the controversy about his parentage, place of origin, education, and early adulthood before his United States sojourn. Even his sojourn in the United States was not without recurring questions about his education there, career, and source of wealth, considered disproportional to the highest position he attained there as a junior middle-level accountant. His Nigerianness is, however, not in doubt, and for a man who was voted state governor twice and senator once, this identity crisis is a non-issue in 2022, less than 6 months before the elections. The other baggage has to do with his enormous wealth, which, according to his opponents, cannot be easily explained. Not even his ardent supporters have been able to satisfactorily explain BAT's alleged possession of prime lands and properties in Lagos, exclusive high-fee contracts, fleet of exotic cars, private jet, and diverse investment. But on this score, Tinubu is not alone. The acquisitive inclination of Nigerians is all in degrees, and there is a little bit of this Baptist tendency. Nigerian is only in degrees, and there is a little bit of this Baptist tendency in most Nigerians, particularly those privileged to hold public offices. As Chinwezo, the erudite author of The West and the Rest of Us, wrote about politicians selectively detained by General Buhari in the January-February 1984 South Magazine edition, corruption was limited, not by virtue, but lack of opportunity. Also, when questioned about allegations of amassing wealth, erstwhile Senate President Chuba Okadibo retorted, "What should I amass? Poverty?" But Bola Ahmed Tinubu has heavier baggages than should worry him and his campaign managers. By far, his heaviest baggage have to do with his personal health, Buhari's woeful performance, and the choice of Senator Kashim Ibrahim Shettima as running mate. As the adage goes, one may fool some of the people some of the time, but never all of the people all of the time. Most Nigerians cannot be fooled about Bola Ahmed Tinubu's state of health. Contrary to his handlers' claims, many Nigerians saw him struggling to hold the party flag after his victory at the primaries. His frequent overseas trips and inability to attend high-profile functions such as lawyers and accountants conferences, as well as the signing of the peace accord, point to a failing health. Most Nigerians, including this writer, wish that Siwaji good health, but at the moment, he is not in good enough health to do the work of Nigeria president. Nigeria cannot afford a sick president after Buhari, who spent many months in hospital at the taxpayers' expense. Some of BAT's personal burdens could have been overlooked if the Buhari-led APC government had performed well in the last 90 months, but the government's performance has been woeful on all fronts. Unemployment, security and economic situation, as promised to fix since 2015, have gone from bad to worse. Bandits are having a free rein in many parts of the country, while the rate of unemployment, foreign exchange, free rein in many parts of the country, while the rate of unemployment, foreign exchange, and inflation remains scary, with little hope of reversing the trend before May 2023. With rising local and foreign debt close to 90% of the deficit, 2022 and proposed 2023 budget is committed to debt servicing. The fight against corruption has only received a lip service since 2015. By self-admission, Tinubu was instrumental to the emergence of Buhari and cannot distance himself from the worries and pains of Nigerians in the last 90 months. Tinubu's choice of Shettima may be likened to a self-inflicted fatal injury, not just because he is a Muslim. His comportment and utterances have been quite unpresidential, and his body language reeks of disdain and distrust for non-Muslims and Southerners. His wait till I get in the disposition is worrisome. Shettima cannot be extricated from the circumstances that led to the abduction of the predominantly Christian Chibok schoolgirls, some of whom remained unaccounted for 8 years after. Some of them have been forcefully converted to Islam and turned into wives or sex slaves. Shettima was the governor of Borno State at the time and reportedly derided the directive of the federal government to relocate the students based on security intelligence of imminent attack on schools. Politics is not mathematics, but given Asiwaju personal and party corporate baggages, the odds as they stand now do not tilt in his favor for an outright win in a free and fair election. His campaign managers will have to work much harder to prove that the baggages do not matter in the kind of keen contest that the 2023 election is turning out to be. Well, we don't even need them to prove. We have eyes, we can see. We have ears, we can hear. We can think very rationally. It's not a matter of proof. He has a lot of baggages and a lot of questions, to answer. And to me, he kept shooting himself on the leg, saying it does not matter. Now, it has mattered. Tinubu's parentage, real place of origin, education, and early childhood are just too essential to be swept under the carpet. To avoid the recurrence of the June 12 saga, nowhere will a country be entrusted to a president with cloudy background. Obama faced similar controversy but had to produce several evidences to come out clean. Pre-marriage introduction are in most cases to address this type of baggages. Well, to the best of my knowledge, this is not even consequential. But you see the ones that the writers said, if you listen to the news properly, you go see say this kind of bag, that kind of baggage, you cannot sweep it. Health, how he got his wealth, and his choice of candidates, the choice of running mate rather. Alright, on this note, we've come to the end of his news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.